Welcome to our series on the Chief Justices of the United States. This may be the most important video of the series. Roger Brooke Taney, the fifth Chief Justice of the United States, served from 1836 to 1864, the longest tenure up to his time. His career and legacy reflect both the power of the Supreme Court and the deep divisions of 19th century America. Taney was born in Maryland in 1777 into a wealthy Catholic family. He rose in law and politics as a member of the Democratic Party and became a close ally of Andrew Jackson. As Attorney General and later Secretary of the Treasury, Taney supported Jackson's attack on the Bank of the United States, a stance that helped earn him nomination to the Supreme Court. After fierce opposition, he was finally confirmed as Chief Justice in 1836. As Chief Justice, Taney followed in the footsteps of John Marshall, but with a different vision. Marshall had expanded federal power and strengthened national unity. Taney emphasized state sovereignty and a narrower view of federal power. In Charles River Bridge v. Warren Bridge in 1837, his court ruled that corporate charters should be interpreted narrowly, siding with the people's interest in free competition over entrenched privilege. This decision showed Taney's belief that law should adapt to progress, and that economic opportunity should not be locked up by monopolies. But Taney's influence on American history is not limited to his judicial opinions. As Attorney General under Andrew Jackson, he played a role in justifying Indian removal policies. When the Supreme Court under John Marshall ruled in Worcester v. Georgia that Cherokee lands were sovereign and beyond state authority, Jackson refused to enforce the decision. Taney, a Jackson loyalist, stood by the administration's stance. This failure to uphold Native rights helped pave the way for the forced relocations known as the Trail of Tears, one of the darkest chapters in American history. Yet, Taney's most infamous decision overshadows all others. Dred Scott v. Sanford in 1857. In that case, the court ruled that African Americans, whether enslaved or free, could not be citizens of the United States. Taney's opinion went further, declaring that Congress had no power to ban slavery in the federal territories. His sweeping ruling sought to settle the slavery debate once and for all, but instead it intensified the nation's crisis. Northerners were outraged, abolitionists mobilized, and the decision is often called the judicial spark that pushed the country towards civil war. Taney's later years were marked by conflict with President Abraham Lincoln. During the war, Taney ruled ex parte Merriman that Lincoln's suspension of habeas corpus was unconstitutional. Lincoln ignored him, demonstrating the limits of judicial power in wartime. Roger Taney died in 1864, just months before the war's end. His legacy is bitterly complex. On one hand, he promoted the principles of economic fairness and warned against monopolies. On the other hand, he authored one of the most destructive opinions in Supreme Court history, one that denied the humanity and rights of millions. Taney remains a cautionary figure, a reminder that Supreme Court decisions shape not only law, but the nation's very destiny. His life embodies both the weight of judicial power and the consequences when that power is used to entrench injustice. History judges him not by the length of service, but by the consequences of his words.